And it feels like the way the draft opened up with the bans complement that, right? Because Enigma is one of the best counters to that issue of troll. And then you take the Kotl, which is another decent way of locking him spot because it's not limited like if you picked up a shaman and those shackles would last X amount of time less.
Yeah. I don't know though. Like they still pick up the Jug on Navi. Jug used to be a hero that when troll was changed, they were like, all right, why do you pick Jug? You omni slash the troll, he just ults and he's gonna survive through your slash no matter what. However, like recently, whenever I would watch this matchup, it was the Jug that would come out on top. Jug in this game is also good versus the Kotl uh, and his disco ball, as you can always take care of the will o' the wisp with your spin. You just spin and you take care of it. Having a hero that has built-in BKB is really good, and also it's decent versus Nyx. Dragon Knight from Gambit makes a bit of sense, as it's a hero that can be played on mid or offlane. Most likely going to be that mid, and it's a deny pick for Navi too. As if Navi got that Dragon Knight, you have the Dragon Knight, you have the healing, you have your Oracle. There would be way too much sustain for Gambit to deal with. And taking that Dragon Knight in their own hands kind of makes their draft looking a little bit more solid. You have this push coming from Dragon Knight. You have a hero that's going to be up front too.
Also, like the Beastmaster ban, just getting rid of one of the best remaining ways to stop the Juggernaut TP plans. Is there anything else actually that clear in your mind that Gambit could snatch away now that would give them a counter to Juggernaut trying for the TP spins out?
I don't think you have to worry about that too much. Like it is an issue, obviously, but it's not like the thing that you have to be thinking about at the moment. Like if you find a hero that fits your draft and also is good at that, that's perfect. But if you can't, then just pick what's good to finalize your draft. Don't think about breaking that spin from Jug.
That's fair. In fairness, you get to the late game, you'll have like the troll anyway. And I wonder if it'll be this type of game that we see a troll eventually get into a blink dag. I just love the item on that hero so much because it seems like half the battle with the troll is your positioning. It's actually being deep enough that you can not get kited. There's a Huskar ban though, so a little bit concerned about some cheese combo for Navi considering they already have that Oracle.
They play a lot of Huskar actually. Navi loves that hero, so banning it away from them makes sense. They play Huskar in a way in which they don't even force themselves to take these early objectives or Roshans. They just play late game with Huskar, and for some reason it works for them. They just Magical is a Huskar spammer, so he knows the full capabilities of that hero. They get the mag. They get the good old combination of mag plus troll. This is going to be a position 3 mag. Basically, you're going to be able to empower the troll. You're going to be able to stack a bit for him. He's not going to have like the necessity of buying the Battle Fury, and he's never going to have a bad time when it comes to farm, as long as he's empowered and farming the jungle. While Jug at the same time, he needs to go for that Battle Fury, most likely if he wants to contest the Troll Warlord when it comes to the net worth charts. Oh. And I'm not the biggest fan of position 3 Magnus, though, I have to admit.
It's definitely something a lot of teams have been trying to just prioritize in the 4 or the 5 role. Simply because, like, at the end of the day, if you're playing as a core, you're not able to do your expectation all the time of just giving him power across to the troll in this scenario, right? Because you have to worry about your own farm. You have to worry about your own items. You're not just a support. You're expected to have 1 or 2 items by the 20-minute mark that could have big impact. And I guess another element, actually, that complements Gambit really well here, it's not just the troll with the empower. It's also the amount of damage this DK will do in late game, because he has that insane strength talent, and also you do splash damage in the Elder Dragon form. With Empower on top of that, I'd be more concerned about this DK right now, actually.
Yeah, the DK can be very problematic too. Let's see, the last pick from Navi is gonna give... Alright, yay. Actually a magical hero. I remember a guy from pubs a few years back when he wasn't really playing for any stacks, for any big teams, for even like tier 3 stacks or something. He was playing this, I believe his hero pool was TA and Storm, and he played those 2 heroes quite well. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does with the new TA. The TA has been buffed a little bit. And is an interesting pickup. We've seen Fnatic do really well with TA. Like Abed used to play it a few times, and he'd crush face. Now it's on Magical to see if he can perform up to that standard. Like versus the DK, you shouldn't struggle way too much. Should be a straightforward lane for TA with refraction charges. Shouldn't be that bad. And overall, Gambit, they do not have way too many ways of dealing with the TA. This is a very aggressive lineup from Navi, especially if Jug does not go for Battle Fury. If he goes for some utility build, they could roll over Gambit very early on, but that's a tough job to do because you look at this Gambit's lineup. If you are way too aggressive, like that Magnus is going to punish you, that Kotal is going to punish you, and that DK is always going to be that hero that's able to stand up front and create enough space for Magnus to follow up. Right now, when it comes to this draft, like I like both of these drafts. Navi, going back to their... All right, Gambit just tipping Chu instantly. They like the draft. They like Chu as well on his tiny. All right.
Maybe they were just giving him some complimentary tips for his performance last game.
Yeah, for those impales. Overall, though, Gambit, they have a little bit more of a solid draft, I believe, in this game around. But at the same time, Navi, they have this... they have not the meta picks per se, but they have the heroes that suit them very well. They have these comfort zone heroes that might work out for them in game 2. In game 1, we saw the meta heroes work out for them really well. Now let's see what they can do with this. Most importantly, TA, I believe.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge balance in terms of potential in both these sides, right? The potential to farm on both sides. It's also, as always in Dota at the moment, look towards that Roche bit, right? Both sides have big abilities to defend, but they also have high abilities to take, right? The Templar Assassin and the Juggernaut on one side, you got the Troll on the other, and then from a defending perspective, you talk about an RP, you're talking about the Will-O-Wisp, and then you talk about the Roland Thunder, and even an Avalanche. There's so much here for either side when it comes to that objective. Like, Amber actually managed to sneak in and take the advantage on the runes. The hack got a little bit aggressive. And you're Pangolin. There's no way you're going to try and contest the runes. Arguably one of the weaker heroes actually at the moment for trying to do that. They're going to try and leave Blizzy alone, which isn't a surprise because Pangolin is this hero that needs so much XP, right?
Needs experience, and the problem with him on offlane is that even if you're dual laning, it's very hard to pressure the safe laner, as Pango just doesn't contribute way too much, even with the recent buffs to his damage. Like, he's still a hero that literally just soaks experience early on. He tries to get as much as possible without dying.
Especially against a variable laner like this, someone that can actually attack from range. I guess maybe if you're up against a melee exclusive target, you could justify a 2-man lane because you can get the regular disarms. Not on this type lane. And
Courier.
This Courier just got sniped by Magical.
Yeah. Magical just getting a core on mid versus Ninja. Like, that should be a huge help for him as he gets a huge amount of gold and also prevents Afo from getting any region from now. I think they're going to have to respond to this. And First Blood, all right. I mean, it's Immersion trying to create as many creep waves as possible, stacking together so that Magnus gets some farm. And
He's
some
gonna
experience.
Need it because eventually Afon's going to need it. I'm just looking at the CS of this mid lane right now. And Templar Assassin can be a strong laner, but this is Vige already. You're a DK, and you're struggling to actually stay near these creep waves, let alone get the creeps.
Yeah, it's for CS advantage. The issue is, though, that he has no courier any longer, so he's not going to be able to get his items or region. So it should be a free TA matchup on mid. Basically, that mid lane should be won already for TA.
Not the easiest to reset either. I mean, maybe you get a rotation out of the Nyx. Bottle, not really a hero that gives you any sort of gank potential in the mid lane. Not really good at stopping Blizzy from doing this still. I mean, he can just TP at any moment. You can't stop him either. There it is.
Yeah, he basically did the good old thing, in which the offlaner goes back, creates a double pull, double creep wave, and then goes back to just enjoy the experience. This time around, FNG did manage to pull one wave, so he denied one range creep, but Pango should still get a lot of experience out of it.
Other side, you've got this 2-man lane who's trying to actually compete with Crystallize. They are slowing him down a little bit, but he's still 10-4. I mean, it's not on the same level with the Hack, who is up to 24 last hits already. And having the time of his life, but as we mentioned earlier, against the Pangolin, you kind of expect that. Not really a hero that can compete. And while I'm talking about that, in the bot lane, they actually strike on immersion. Chu was waiting, but you don't expect that to happen to a Nick so easily. But he's still level 1.
Top lane, the Hack, he did dive a little bit, and Chu is going there with the... he's not going to be able to do much. Like, he's only level 1, so no avalanche to work with. He ported top to help out Blizzy, but there isn't really a whole lot that the level 1 Tiny can do unless he gets a good toss instantly. Couldn't get in range, sadly. Kotl is just way too fast.
You're still level 2.
So Kotl without boots has 332 movement speed. Tiny with boots has 333, so that's a little bit problematic for Chu right there.
But for the moment, he has the advantage, Liz. That 1 movement speed rundown potential.
Yeah. Overall, mid lane, like, Dragonite, because of Dragon Blood, obviously, was able to stick around on that mid lane. He's suffering a little bit when it comes to CS. 11 versus 18 of TA, but Magical didn't really take full control, didn't get too many Psyblades off, so because of that, FO, he managed to keep himself in the game and in this lane.
I guess the bigger problem here that will emerge is that Magical can supplement his farm. He can actually go and dip into the jungle, so this lead should increase over time.
The problem when doing that versus DK is the fact that he's gonna start pushing your tower when you do it, so you're basically giving DK an opportunity to do what he wants and what he wants to do the most.
Although I guess it should be pretty important to try and get a sentry in this lane maybe, because the other issue... damage. The other issue you have to worry about, which I mean is on top of that damage, is when you get 6 on the TA, you've got those traps, and suddenly your Dragonite is exposed and potentially a threat dying. Bot lane now. Good during cross, just trying to force Snake away, which is just freeing up space and keeping pressure off Crystallize, so you can try and keep pace with this troll, but there's trying to keep pace, and then there is kind of, you know, beating a dead horse, because 36 last hits already on the Hack, 15 denies. That's having the time of his life.
Yeah, it's very similar to that last game, though. Blizzy had the same thing in that last game, in which he couldn't really approach the laning stage as Pango. He was just trying to get as much as he can. This time around, what's different is that his counterpart is all the college or afterlife on his offlane, and this guy, like, yeah, he's suffering too. He's not having the best time, but he's not a bounty hunter. Like, even mid lane, let's just see what happens here. Nothing. She'll just
passing by,
in,
just want to give a few bottle charges. What a nice lad. I think he wouldn't have seen FNG either, so he didn't know about it.
Dragonite. If he got hit by one more Psyblade here, he was dead.
Oh, Chu's gonna go anyway. They have to Dragon Tail just to make sure he doesn't get a kill. He placed a ward, but I suspect they saw that. The ping comes out, yeah, they know. But he knows too. He knows that you know, and he finds your obs. He's just gonna stand here, actually. This isn't bad, because it stops DK from getting back to lane time, but now he can. Level 6 just arrived at TA, but straight away up on with the Dragon Tail.
Tiny airlines just made Afo Ninja get to the lane a bit faster, and that's helped him out a little bit, actually. But now with these traps that you talk about, they definitely need those sentries. As if a few good Psyblades connect with the trap or two, that Dragonite is dead.
Benji, a tear in his eye. He has a hard choice to make. Do I get the sentry and look for the ward, or do I get the sentry and put up mid for the traps? 100% you should put it for the traps, in case he's wondering who you are, but he can get both. Look at that. That's why he's the captain of a pro team.
He got the sentry, but he's like that sentry isn't gonna get traps.
That's true.
Bottom lane Nyx.
Go in. I'll find a much. You know, I don't like to harp on one individual, but buddy, that's 100% of the deaths belonging to the Nyx this game.
Yeah, I mean, you're rotating around. You don't have boots, stout shield, and sticks on Nyx Assassin. Immersion is a great player when it comes to position 4, so it happens.
We'll tolerate it for now, especially considering the continued free farm of Troll ensures that they are going to be comfortable somewhat going into this mid game. But they do need to do something about Magical. Can't allow. The problem is Magical is going to peak a lot sooner than Dahak is.
You see these two, they're actually waiting to go mid, but at the same time, Tiny is right by there.
This is the most confident you've seen Tiny in a while. They use their Dragon Form defensively, but it's not enough. DK goes down just as he uses the ultimate. Chew tossing away Magical. I don't think he needed the help with that, though.
I have a feeling Immersion is a little bit better of a Tiny, and at the same time, Chu is a little bit better of a Nyx, right? Well, at least when you look at that first game. Like Immersion was playing that Tiny really well, but while Chu was playing the Nyx a little bit better than Chu is right now.
It seems that kind of order things balances out for the most. The real issue is that Magical is a better TA than Aphon as being a DK in this lane. It's really starting to show. Look at the net worth difference.
With that first kill on the courier, it definitely did help them a lot. FNG.
It's an echo. Level 3 Purifying Flames hurts a lot. Stun on the Juggernaut. This is bold. Good luck though. He'll just move away. He has Omni Slash and the Healing Ward anyway, so that's the best you were really going to get there.
He has a Mango. Soneko is there. Blizzy rotated too, so they have that Rolling Thunder. Maybe Immersion. Maybe this is kill that he's going to give.
He needs to spike Carapace. That slows down the Oracle, but it's not going to slow down the rest. Rolling Thunder comes out. They shouldn't even need the Omni Slash to get this kill. This rate, they might have to finish. Swashbuckle coming out, and there it is. Crystallize gets them the kill. Lies with the inbuilt Crystallis.
Actually, it's very interesting. We see both of these carries going for these early builds. We have the Yasha on Troll. At the same time, Jug isn't going for Battle Fury. He's going for drums. I think it's a little bit better for Troll as he has that Magnus that can help him out with the Empower. But right now, it's NaVi that's in control. They have this... they have these two cores that synergize very well if they want to play this way in an aggressive manner, right? If you want to be jumping Gambit 24/7, if you buy a Blink on that TA early on, like she's gonna be ridiculously hard to deal with for Kotal and anyone else on the side of Gambit.
Do you think it's going to be a Blink, or does the Desolator seem more logical? Just inflate that gold even more.
I'm not certain. Like, if she goes for Desolator, she definitely does scale a little bit better, as she's going to be able to farm a bit faster. The problem that I see sometimes with Blink Dagger purchases is, like, you buy a Blink Dagger, you don't really get a lot out of it, and then you're kicking yourself for not getting that Desolator instead. With that Desolator, at least you could have farmed, right? Blink Dagger kind of puts you more on the offensive. You want to be making moves a bit more.
With a 15-second cooldown, you can't really call it a farm in Blink Dagger. We have that value. Tier 1 has a lot of value. Magical with the DD, he's going to pursue. Checking if
Honestly,
anyone's hanging around.
If he knew that FNG does not have Blinding Light, he would have done him.
You expect him to by now, though. Aphon used the Dragon Tail. Crystallize moving across. Has the Omni Slash to work with. The spin's going to come in, though. Can they reach Blizzy? Just out of range. Couldn't hit him with the Rolling Thunder in time. But that does zone him away after he uses out of Dragon Form. And that means they'll take this tier 1 tower. And there'll be no cost to it either. There's a push on the bot lane, but nowhere near as fast.
Mm-hmm.
They thinking about Rishi.
No. Nah, it's very difficult right now. Without the Dazzle, it's just not the play to make.
Won't take Magical long to get the Deso at this rate. The big stacks are there. And he's already got 2,000 gold.
Yeah, he has it both queued up, so he's going to decide any second now which one he wants more. Oh, bot lane.
Gambit want to kill him. Oracle has been found, and there's no escape from that.
Yeah, he just kind of ran into all of them there, so instantly gets punished. The problem is this FO DK. This is a hero that you want to be having up front. This is a hero that you want to have a good laning start so that he can roll out of control, take one tier 1 after another. But right now it's his team that's creating space for him. And that's not really the position in which you want to be as a DK. This hero can work well later on. If you get that level 18, your dragon form, your talents are good, no doubt about it, but it's not great.
We usually talk about heroes like Pugna and the Dragon Knight and the impact they have to have at certain periods in the game. And Dragon Knight is this hero that, I mean, he's used, what, 2 Elder Dragon forms so far? If you go through, usually if you go through 3 and you haven't taken any towers or even chipped away at towers, you feel lost in that game because your whole presence is you are a tempo carry. You're meant to decide how that mid game proceeds. He's the one getting handled up to this point. Templar Assassin is not being slowed down at all. Also, okay, Immersion's here to slow down the XP game. What a champ. Oh, look how... Okay, this is a pretty farm Tiny. He almost has his blink. That stage, what's your answer if you're Gambit? Like, you're going to need some godly RP Will-O-Wisp combos, right? That's the only way you'll be able to fight into them.
Well, you have the Empower with the Troll and with the RP. Like, you're going to have a blink on Afterlife soon as well. He has 1500 gold. So he's not really that far away either. You just skip a little bit, you try not to fight them until you get these items that are actually going to allow you to fight. You already realize that your Dragon Knight isn't truly a hero at the moment, so you have to work with what you've got. And you might not have FO soon, as they're rotating around mid. Okay, is Dazzle finished? Alright, with the Dazzle, they're actually going to force them to fight around the pit. If they even want to. If Gambit even wants to try and fight them there. Because it's very difficult to fight versus a Pango.
Not without that blink as well. Still a little bit away, so by the time Mikulich has it, the Aegis will have been claimed long and due. Merchant's hanging around near the Roche pit. They have a sentry down, so if he walks in range, he will die very quickly.
He's thinking about it, but he knows what's going to happen if he comes close.
Careful Illuminate Blast. Seeing if they can maybe just get the kill on the Roche. They can't. Aegis picked up, magical, ready to party wherever it need be in the map. Already got 800 gold. It won't be long before he has a Blink Dagger as well.
True ported bottom with the Invis rune, sadly for him. There's a dire sentry that scouted him out, so Dahak just falls back together with Afterlife and continues farming. With this Aegis, I believe NaVi is gonna... Well, they can force Gambit and start pressuring tier 2s instantly, but they can also just farm on Magical. With that Desolator, finish the Blink, and then after that, start pressuring them even harder.
Probably something on something soon, seeing as the Yasha is now complete for Crystallize as well. And towards that Maelstrom build up after he's got the drums. Yasha. This man definitely is looking to fight very soon. You can already see Gambit. Actually, absolute opposite feeling. I mean, you expect that with the Aegis being picked up, but Afon, he's not even looking to push in on these lanes. Understandably pretty scared.
Yeah, he wants to finish his Blink Dagger too. These fresh picked up Blink Daggers are going to allow them to perhaps surprise Gambit or take a different approach to these team fights in which they're going to be able to blow up the Oracle in some way without having to use RP on him. So waiting for these items is very important for Gambit. They failed at doing the initial pressure. Now they have to find a way of actually taking these team fights properly, as that RP doesn't really matter too much unless you catch the Oracle in it, as he can save one of the bigger targets that you RP.
We're forced back. This is one of the good things in Gambit's favor right now, is because they've got this Keep of the Light. They have a very safe way of keeping those creeps off the high ground. Although they're on there now, which means NaVi are going to sniff out this smoke pretty quickly. Stop Gambit trying, though. They'll check in the Roche pit. Remember that it was already taken about a minute or two ago. Maybe just looking to get some wards down and get some control of the map, because right now, you could just... If you're Gambit, this map feels so freaking tiny.
Yeah, you can see that they're smoking up, trying to get outside of the base, but The map is tiny. You've lost all the tier 1s and you're playing versus Aegis, Blink,
speaking of tiny.
Yeah.
Look at going. FNG will go for the blind light. The Avalanche toss going to be there. A little bit of mishap from Chu. It would have been a hard kill anyway. Luckily, that bracer pickup saves FNG's life.
Another smoke from him. They see the TA mid.
They're going to go for the skewer across. As the refraction, Dragon Tail comes out. Ignis goes down, catching the Juggernaut as well, but the wrong fighter through. blizzy says, beautiful! A choke point to fire around. Going straight on to FNG. He'll find him with the assistance of the Tiny. And now the False Promise out to keep Magical alive. They don't want to expend the Aegis just yet. Blink down to the low ground. He should be able to survive this with the healing ward there. But Oracle taking a lot of damage. Impel from the high ground will enable the kill onto Seneko. They do pop the Aegis, and now Magical needs to move away. RP does come out though. Skewer in 1 second. Crystallize might be forced to fight. He has got the Omni Slash to work with. The Root's going to be there. They're trying to protect TA, but she's dead. The healing wall's going to be cleaned up. Alongside it, so will Pangolier. blizzy should be falling. Got the Swashbuckle to get away. They're going to keep chasing. Afon, he wants Crystallize. Still didn't use the Omni Slash. Has the spin in 3 seconds, but that's going to be too long of a wait. He's dead. There's a triple kill for Dahak and a tier 1 tower.
Yeah, just a perfect execution right there from Gambit. Saving up when it comes to time, being very patient, waiting for their items, and then striking when it's actually proper to strike. That TA got...
First hit Root.
First hit Root, indeed. Poor Chu, he dies as well. And that's almost a team wipe, if not the full team fight, actually. Gambit striking back from behind. That skewer on the uphill by TA, that was so well played. Like, isolating her around the shrine, where, like, yeah, you can approach with Jug, you can use Omni Slash, but that Omni Slash is still level 1, and then you're fighting on the shrine. And now Seneko.
They're going again on Seneko here. They have enough. The Impel for it should be the wrong fun to come through. blizzy missing the mark. Can't save the life of the Orc, but they do get the Magnus in the meantime. Magical with the DD. Look at him out through people. Finds Immersion, and he will find Afon as well. Go for the TP away. Do they have the damage? It doesn't look like they do. He gets out. But
even with the double damage, he's just way too tanky, so they don't really manage to kill him. They do take down Nyx and the Magnus, so that's gonna transform into a tier 2 push. And they do realize that there's no RP still for 30 seconds, so maybe they can pressure something else even further.
Pop's pushed out so far, though. I'll send good old Seneko somewhere safe this time. They doesn't get picked off like last time. And they were suspicious, right? You saw the movement originally. Na'Vi knew the Dragon Knight was around there somewhere. And that was, I mean, it's fair to say that was definitely a bait by Seneko. His positioning was really far forward for an Oracle. Look out, though. Now, Afon, he's closing in on that Sanj, and then obviously Talisman afterwards so he can get the Halberd.
Afo is very tanky right now. Another hero that's super tanky on the side of Gambit is the Hawk. He just finished his Satanic. The status resistance from Sanj Yasha, like it's 46 in total on him. Two items, so he's not gonna be like stunned or controlled during these fights for a long time. And like you have to waste an Omni Slash or something on him to take him down. Oh, there we go. They have the RP. Magical.
Cool. He's going to get caught with the Dragon's Tail. They're going to burn through the refraction quickly, and the Ignis goes down. He doesn't have a way to protect himself. There's the False Promise coming out. The RP was held, patiently waiting. The damage is going to overwhelm them. Crystallize, trying to get rid of Ignis, will finally do it. Blink away. Doesn't matter, though. Magical goes down. Omni Slash doing decent work, but Dahak with a huge heal up. Chu's going to fall. Double kill already for him. Turns around on the Oracle as well. Gets free. And now they might make it 4. Crystallize, running away, has the spin, will go for the TP out. Is the root going to be there? No, it's not. Dahak, RNG not in his favor this time.
I wonder what happened to Magical there. He stuttered a little bit. Did you see that? Like he moved in, then stopped, then moved in a bit more. Even though they saw the smoke pop, they saw the troll sitting right underneath their stairs. If the troll is there under the stairs on that low ground, he has to have companions nearby. He has to have his teammates around. So just a little bit of an awkward movement coming from Navi there. And it gets punished once again, and now this Jug on bottom lane can be punished too if Nyx is close.
He should be able to blink in and just stun instantly. Crystallize is suspicious though. Immersion moving across, but they see Dahak. You can spin, but they might go for the follow-up. There's going to be a TP in there. Sneko, he's got his bro covered. Top lane, however, FNG has been found alone. Yeah,
Dahak may be a little bit too eager to join the party there. If he waited for the Impale first, like Dragon Knight did, I think they maybe could have killed that Jug. but he just ran straight at him, hoping that he's gonna get a lucky route or something. I'm not certain, but yeah, didn't really work out for them. Overall, though, it looks like Gambit are the ones in the controlling seat right now. It looks like they're the ones that control the pace of the game and the tempo of it. As Magical, it seems that he's missing this BKB at least to fight, but even that BKB isn't gonna allow him to do a whole lot if he gets initiated on by RP and then followed up by all the other stuns. Oh, the courier. There we go.
Oh, wow. That was a big snipe as well.
Mm.
Gonna be the Crimson Guard for a start. Gonna slow them down as a result of that. Important stage to do so at, because this is the tipping point for Gambit. This is where we will probably see the net worth lead start to build quite noticeably. Because up to this point, I mean, it's been relatively stable. We've seen fluctuations, but the highest difference we've had is in favor for NaVi at 3K. Part of that really comes down to Gambit's lineup.
It's not only the Gambit's lineup, it's the fact that that NaVi itemized in a way that's gonna allow them to be very strong in the mid game, but not really potent later on as the game progresses. As this Jug, he went for Drums Yasha. Like, that's not an item build that's gonna help you scale versus an empowered Troll and an empowered DK.
And that DK is striking right now. Avalanche there to cover the escape, though. Crystallize can TP away. More Thunder charged up just so that the hack can't get the kill into Blizzy.
Yeah, they do force them top, so it's a good play to give Magical some more farming time to finish that BKB that he has in stash now. And overall, Crystallize, is he building towards Yasha right now, Sanj Yasha, or is he doing the Maelstrom build? That's what I'm interested in, as he does have a Javelin in his inventory.
If I remember correctly, when they sniped the core, I think there was the hammer on the courier, so he had the Maelstrom cleared.
Yeah, Maelstrom is definitely needed for him. Like, getting that Maelstrom away from him slowed his additional 3-4 minutes, which is huge, and they can't fight the spit, it seems. Tiny is around, but he can try to perhaps snatch it, but that's it.
Right, they've got the side trap down. They know about it. They know when it's gonna go pop.
Yeah. Let's see, Chu.
Blink in, Avalanche there. They try and push him away. Goal! He got the kill on the Roche. He didn't get the cheese, he didn't get the Aegis, but he at least got the gold.
He got the gold at least, yeah. Didn't get anything else, so Troll managed to take down both the cheese and the Aegis. And that same Troll is gonna have a full completed butterfly in 1000 gold. Man, he's such a hard kill at the moment. Even when you get Magical, this BKB, even when you get Jug, this Maelstrom of his, they just I don't think they have the firepower that's necessary to take down any of these heroes of Gambit any longer.
They've gone for the bulky boys don't die lineup on Gambit, and it is starting to reach its peak. Same can be said of Templar Assassin's damage. I mean, he's heading towards that MKB that's crucially needed. What's he got to look forward to? I mean, he will get the meld armor reduction soon, which is useful. Is it enough, though? Feels like at this stage of the game, no. With, you're up against an Agi core. Troll has, look at that, 32 armor. And then you're talking about what else? Dragonite, who's naturally tanky, and even Magnus. Like, has a mech now. The amount of effective HP on the side of Gambit is insane. What do you look at if you're NaVi? I mean, you have to weigh out this Aegis, but when you're coming out of that, you're just looking to make a huge play off the back of the MKB swing for Magical. Is there another item expected at the same time?
Yeah, you need to get the MKB for the next fight. But even with that MKB, it is difficult. And the hack?
Just slice. Oh, found him. Fell stun comes out. To try and move away now. Go for the TP. Did he mistime it? It's just right. Very close to being wrong, though.
Yeah, there was also Afterlife close by with that RP. He just didn't get there on time. He didn't want to risk the RP. It probably wouldn't have connected anyway. At the same time, Troll just ran past TA. He just ran past Magical. Magical was like, wow, damn, that was close.
I should just constantly scout and look and set up these kills, because NaVi, there's so many of them that are just high value pickoffs. they are at the point where they basically need everything in their kit to drop the cause of Gambit.
NaVi are at the point in which they're just waiting for Gambit to do. And Gambit, they waited out all their items. They have them. They have the cheese. They have the Aegis as well on Troll. They want to utilize it as that Aegis is going to be reclaimed soon. So just go for uphill if you are Gambit. There's absolutely no necessity to wait for any longer. TA is trying to split push top, but like she doesn't push nearly as fast as the side of Gambit.
I mean, you gotta leave the Troll here alone. He pushed quicker. Oh, toss from Tube, but the Dragon Tail punishment comes out to him. Immersion protected by the Spike Carapace. The Tiny, he just crumbles. Done there, though. They're gonna go for more. With the Empower on the Troll and the level 20 talent, it's just too much damage. I mean, Magical is going for racks here, but Cole alone is slowing him down. On the other side, however, Snake's going to fall. Buybacks come out from Tiny and from the Oracle. The tower's already down. Blizzy decides not to use the Rolling Thunder. No good target yet. Disarm out into the Troll. But, of course, doesn't last very long with that Satanic with the Sand. Jump in. Avalanche. Toss comes out. Gets the kill on Immersion. Chu going to hide with the Shadow Amulet. You goddamn coward. Oh, RP. Next on the 2. There's the Battle Transfer. Omni Slash coming out. Blizzy gets the Rolling Thunder just in time. Looking him away, but no. He cancelled the route. He can't actually do anything. He has to just back away. Crystallize protected by the use of the False Promise, but now they have to leave Chu behind. He can Shadow Amulet up, but they're not leaving. They're hanging around right now. Arfon getting pretty low. Gonna spin him out. Getting lower with the Purifying Flames, but not low enough to kill him. Dahak trying to get rid of that Refraction. Nice blink away just in time. This whole while, FNG was just making sure they couldn't take the entire lane top. But the main value was gained, in fairness. I mean, Magical did get the melee racks, which was probably the best case scenario for him.
Yeah, he got the melee racks. He's also going to finish that MKB for the next fight. He realized that just fighting them 5-on-5 in that scenario is probably not the best option for Navi, so he went for the split play.
Flash.
FO.
Dragon Knight's been seen. They're going to move in right now. He has to eat the cheese. They don't have the RP, so have to be careful. Avalanche toss coming out. Locks 2 on the spot. Odaku's down to half HP. Afon, same case. Turns on the Outer Dragon form. Dragon Tail comes out. Templar Assassin, no refraction charges, but does have it available. Can't seem to just penetrate, though.
Oh, popped it.
BKB from Magical. Now the Dragon Tail goes out. They see that. They jump straight onto Seneko.
I called it. I called his BKB. I said he has it, and he instantly uses it. All right.
All right, apparently you have some mystical powers here, Coach. I don't know if it's a good sign for Navi if you can just do things like that, though. Try it again.
I didn't tell him to use it, though. I just called it. All right. Well, sadly, he's not going to have it for this next fight.
Well, they know.
That's a problem. Yeah, that's a huge issue for them.
And why wouldn't you right now? Dragon Tail comes out to stop Juggernaut from pursuing. He doesn't have Omni Slash for 35 seconds. The RP available in 20. Toss into the fountain. They find Afon, but can they slow him down? The bash, the Rolling Thunder coming up, but no, the BKB. He gets it just in time. We'll look to move away. The Glimmer Cape protects for a moment, but jumping in. There's UC Ignis coming down. Templar Assassin in trouble. No refraction charges, no life. GG out, and it looks like we'll need a game 3 to decide this. Celebrating RPs, of course.
Yeah, I think this lineup, this draft of Gambit suits their playstyle a lot better than that last one. Like, you have to understand that in this match, that DK didn't even have a courier early on. DK with the Dragon Blood, he can sustain himself somewhat. It did struggle quite a lot. Like, his first 3 Dragon forms, like, first Dragon form lasted for 1 second before he died. Then the second one as well was so very defensively used. Overall, like, they didn't have a very good laning stage, but they still came out on top because their heroes work well together once they hit those peaks, once they hit those items that are necessary. They could play Dota, like you had this Magnus on the offlane with the Empower that helped out the Troll. It makes sense. It makes synergy. Like, they have heroes that synergize well with each other. Like in that last game, they had a bounty on offlane that really couldn't contribute at all to their team fights or anything in any sort of way besides poking and prodding Navi every now and then. Navi, however, they also struggled a bit. Like, their laning stage was good. Blizzy struggled on it, but it's normal for a Pango offlane. I think their biggest issue in this match was the fact the way they itemized was all into the mid game, and then with one lost team fight, when Magical died with that Aegis next to the shrine, everything fell apart as they couldn't really keep up the pace of Empowered Dragon Knight and Troll. Eventually, Empowered, heroes, they just farm a lot faster. They get the farm necessary, and with one good RP from Afterlife, they just took over the game.
Seemed to be the case. You know, Na'Vi were just skirting a fine line. They were just trying to walk it, but the moment you have one slip up with this type of draft, where is your farming potential? A big thing as well was that snipe on the core by Immersion. Like, the recovery for Crystallize might have been in place somewhat if he picked up that Maelstrom, but an extra 3 minutes where he basically couldn't farm, and he just fell behind so rapidly. Doesn't mean we'll need a third game, though. So short break, then back with that to see if Na'Vi or Gambit can take the win here in this best of 3. Stay tuned.